Hey, sit up straight when I'm talking to you. I mean, you don't want detention, do you? Oh, sorry about that. That's just my sense of humor there. You can sit any way you want. You can even turn me off. But anyway, I'd just like to say that one of my videos that I put on, it was called My Last Video. It was just a joke of mine. It wasn't meant to be clickbait, but for some reason the comments had got switched off on that. I didn't do it, so funny things are happening, so just be aware that I didn't do it. Now, mind you, I've done a lot of things, but not that. Moving on, thank God. I was looking at a news item, and it was about Cyndi Lauper. Now, I remember this person vaguely. She was a female singer, and she had about one record, I believe, that was any good, and that was Girls Wanna Have Fun. And I remember she didn't do anything for me at all. The record seemed to be fine, but she wasn't my type of femme, and even though I was walking around at that time with a heart on most of the time, and of course this is way back in 1979, just after the war. But she apparently did a special for New Year's Eve with some other guy, I don't remember his name or who he is, and it was slammed on Twitter and other places. And you notice that you get all these spiteful comments now on the internet, on Twitter and places, don't you? Where does spitefulness come from? Well, it sure don't come from the male, does it? Well, not a real man male, that is. I mean, Cyndi Lauper is 67 years old now. And the trouble is with femmes, they don't really grow old gracefully, do they? They still think they've got it, even at 67. I'm surprised she didn't come out on stage with a bikini on. And then the headlines would have been, Cyndi Lauper stuns in bikini. But I watched some of it just to see, and I didn't think the singing was very good at all. Of course, Cyndi Lauper never really had a great voice anyway. But her age has not done her kindness to her voice. It did sound to me like a cat was in trouble. I'll put a link to it down below in the comments. Cover your ears. And of course it would have gone over a lot better if she was a young, sexy-looking femme, and not a grandmother. You see, when femmes go on stage when they're young, they got their body to look at, they got their face, they got it all going there. But really, that's all they're selling. Because when that's gone, there is nothing left. They're basically one-trick ponies, aren't they? But then think of somebody like Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra, who sang way into their old age and still had it going. But the trouble is with femmes, when they get older, they still think they're young. And that's why a lot of their stage performances fall a bit flat. I personally respect Cyndi Lauper for actually having a go, but she should have stayed at home looking after her grandchildren. The wall hit Cyndi Lauper many, many years ago, and it looks like the wall fell on Madonna. Now I realize a lot of people out there are a lot younger than I am and won't remember Cyndi Lauper. But history will probably repeat itself for you too, if you live long enough. You see, femmes do not grow old gracefully. It's unfortunate that nature takes away everything that they are. And when it does, there isn't much else left. Nature can be so cruel sometimes. And here's a quiz question for you older people out there. What song did Kojak cover, which became a rather big hit? And it wasn't Who Loves You Baby. And don't worry, I'll check to see that the comments are turned on this one.